Hi everyone, this is Fiber Artsy, or you can call me Crystal. I just named my channel Fiber Artsy because I'm kind of fiber artsy everywhere, kind of on the internets. So I thought I'd kind of make it coherent. I thought I would just join the cool kids and do Flosstube videos, do some crafty videos. Why not? I've so enjoyed watching Flosstube videos. I literally just sort of stumbled onto Flosstube sometime last year, maybe October or so last year, and I just clicked on a link from the Primitive Hair, her Facebook group. She had posted a link to one of Mrs. Milky Bar Kids videos, and sure, she was showing one of her primitive hair finishes, the Red Riding Hood, really awesome piece. And I, and then how YouTube shows you these like recommendations for other videos, and so like 4 hours later, I watched all these cross stitch videos, and I'm like, what is this madness? People are talking about cross stitch on YouTube, so I've been kind of hooked ever since, and I've been keeping up with everyone, and it's just been real fun. And I thought, like, let's join in. Why the heck not? I've been blogging. I do have a little blog. It's nothing fancy, but I've been doing that for 7 years, a little over 7 years now. I'll put a link to my blog down at the bottom, but it's called Fiber Artsy Craftsy, and I share, things that I make. I do a lot of stitching. I do some other general crafts and stuff as well. So I don't usually will share that kind of stuff on the blog. I also do a lot of embroidery. So I have been really focused on cross stitch lately for whatever reason. I'm not sure. Just sort of, it's feeling what I need right now, I guess, cross stitches. So, let me think. I live in North Carolina here in the US. Southern girl, sweet tea, BBQ. I am married and I have a 3-year-old son. That's about it. Just, I work full time, so cross stitch and stitching and crafts in general really helped me to unwind. I do most of my stitching in the evening, so because it's just when I have the time. Usually after put my son to bed and all that good stuff. So all the evenings, and sometimes on the weekend I get a little bit longer to stitch, but usually an evening stitcher. That's kind of what I do. Basically, I just want to start this video off, and I'm going to show you, kind of play catch up. So I show you my finishes that I've done for the year. I'm really chuffed at the finishes that I've done this year. So I did, at the beginning of the year, I joined the Crazy January Challenge, and I started 15 new starts, along with including, I think, 4 or 5 of my whips that I kind of rolled over from last year. So that started me off on kind of a good foot. And I'm telling you, those things where you start a bunch and then, I don't know, that's a lot of fun for me. And I'm definitely going to do it again next year. So that's it, really. I'm just going to jump right in, and I'm going to pull out these whips. Not really in any kind of order. They're just kind of piled up over here. I do keep my whips right now in the plastic things that, you get some of your fabrics in, like the rifles or whatnot. I roll it up cute back in there. You can fit about 2 or 3 in there. Pretty good size. Not too bad. Alright, so here we go. This one was one of my January starts, and I finished it pretty quickly because it's kind of a small one. But it's a Lizzie Kate. Lori, get this thing zhuzh it up good here. A Lizzie Kate, and it's the Liberty Sampler. It's stitched on, I think it's just a 14 count oatmeal. I kind of dig oatmeal Ada. I don't know. I just kind of like it. It's really good, kind of neutral without being white. You know what I mean? So, but I used a mix of some DMC variegated and just plain old DMC, and it's got a couple little charms on there, which is pretty cute. Oh gosh, I see why you guys have trouble finding stuff. Little charms, little USA and the little eagle here. There's another one. There's this, oh, right here. So there's a little, it's flopped over right here above the little firecracker. Little star right there. A little firecracker I really like. Again, Lizzie Kate, Liberty Sampler. This I scored at a thrift store, this pattern. I think I paid $1 for it. Score. So that's that one. Next up, it's really probably one of my favorites so far this year. It's a primitive hair, whom I love. I adore most of the primitive hair patterns, but this is Burly Witches. And it's stitched. This is a 28 count casual. Picture this plus, I think the color is Wren, from what I remember. But I adore this piece. I can't wait to really turn it into an FFO. I like to say FFO, like Carolyn says it, FFO. It's so fun. So, but this piece, I love the little details, the little bits and bobs here. This piece, I started it last year. And I got all of this done, the whole top piece and the words, and like most, I'd started on the Bell Witch here. And as I was getting down, I was like, oh God, I don't think I have enough fabric. What have I done? I had oriented my fabric like the wrong way. So like horizontally instead of vertically, basically. Didn't realize it. For whatever, I don't know, I didn't realize it. So I was like so devastated because that's a lot of work. The whole top piece right there, all that black. Oh my gosh, right? So I started to unpick it a little bit, and I was like, oh gosh, I just threw it. I ended up just restarting the whole thing, and I'm so glad I did because I chose a different, because I just picked up a totally different piece of fabric. I thought I'm not even gonna frog that thing. I'll just get to that later. I can't even think. I can't even look at it right now. So that's what I did. I started it, and I love this fabric so much better, and so I was glad I restarted it. Worked out great. And I see how some of you don't like looking down the camera because you don't like know where you're looking at. Yeah. Gotta get used to this stuff. This is like technology. Oh my god. Okay. This next one is a super fun one. I did this one for a stitch along in Cross Stitch It's Fun, which I learned about through Flosstube. And I joined up a few of their stitch alongs. I've fallen terribly behind though. I've just moved into where I'm living right now, my new house. I'm so excited. We're our first time homeowners, and we're just chuffed. But anyway, that whole process of doing all of that and moving and yada yada yada, I just kind of got behind. But this one was towards the beginning of the year, and it was the Gloria and Passage along that they had. And as I was looking through the sales and I looked through my stash, I determined for these stitch alongs I was going to do kind of smallish things, and I would stitch from my stash. I wasn't going to go buy patterns. I wasn't going to go buy floss or fabric or anything else. I'm going to use what I got, stitch some small stuff, mix it in with my big stuff. And that's what I did. And it's worked out really well. But this, I didn't think I had any Gloria and Pats. I ended up having a couple. But I found this really old one. I wish I pulled the chart now from my room, from my closet back behind me. That's where I keep a lot of my craft stuff. But it's from 1977. I think it's called Christmas Counts. Christmas something. I can't remember. I wish I bought it. I wish I grabbed that. But anyway, I saw this fantastic reindeer. That's why I stitched him. I love him. Can you see? Can you see him and all his cute? I love these like swirly whirly antlers. And then I got a little bit of gold here. You can't really tell, but I mean, these colors get kind of, they're really kind of washing out. Sorry. I thought I picked a good spot because I have the window over here with some nice light. I got a little lamp going on. I don't know. I have to rethink it for the next video. We'll see. Find a good spot. But I stitched this on something from my stash. It was a 14 count. So this is a light green. You can't really tell. I wonder if I'm taking this leaf off. I'm losing my light. Anyway, I thought I'd look better. I thought this would look better. Anyway, it's cute. It's vintage looking. I love all things pretty much old and vintage. This was perfect. I think I might need the light on. I don't know. Good grief. Let's make this fast. Let's make this fast. Alright, I'm gonna open up my next tube here. Should probably open this before I started. Well, I didn't. Okay, this first one I did for an Easter stitch along in a Facebook group I'm actually no longer part of, but whatever, it doesn't matter. But it was super fun. And so we can fold this over a little bit also. And this pattern is from the Cricket collection. And it is, back a little bit, there you go. A carrot. And I think it's actually an umbrella. It's supposed to be an umbrella, but it looks like a carrot umbrella. Just, I mean, too dang cute. I don't even know. This is, I can't even think how cute this thing is. And I stitched it on, again, something I grabbed from my stash, a baby blue and white striped, vertical stripe, 14 count Ada. That's what I had in my stash. So the only thing that I did have to change the little bunny because he was charted as being white, but he wouldn't show up on there. So there's a little bit of the orange. Just some nice growth, nice little oranges. You know, it's just a really fun little piece. I think it looks great on this striped fabric. I don't know if anyone's ever used this before for anything. It's fun. I think it's by DMC. This is not a this year finish. But you know, I'm going to show it because I don't know that anyone's showed this on Flosstube. We have a lot of Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery fans on there, on Flosstube. This is my very first Frosted Pumpkin piece that I did. And it was back when it came out, so I think this came out in 2012. Let me think. I think 2012. And that's when I stitched it. So that's how long I've been stitching Frosted Pumpkin stuff for a pretty long time now. But the desserts of the month. Has anyone ever sewed these? I'm not sure. Oh Lord, it's so dark. But you get the gist. This was super cute. I'm not sure if I even have this pattern anymore. But if you do and you find it anywhere, it was a super fun stitch. And now that I'm actually in my new house, I can frame it, put it in my kitchen. That was my intent. I was gonna do a bunch of dessert type stitches for my kitchen. Anyway, not a this year finish, but I'll show you guys since it's in my little pile over here. Okay, so next up, I have my autumn tree. I think it's officially called Autumn Delights. But I have seen it called Autumn Tree as well. But anyway, this is a Barbara Anna design, who I also really like a lot. Sorry, oh my gosh, can't get in the frame. There we go. So you see all the little autumn things, the little fox down the bottom, I love the little crows and the mushrooms and the little squirrels. I don't know. Totally cute. Totally cute. The little woman here. It's pretty cute too. Oops. Arg. Backwards. Again, stitched it on some good old 14 count Gelder. I know. I don't mind stitching on it. I know some people don't like it or whatever, or some people do just love it. That's something they like, you know. I stitch on pretty much anything. I'll stitch on pretty much anything. But cute, Barbara Anna. Now I pulled it out. I got this pattern from a magazine. It's Cross Stitch and Needlework. It is November 2013 issue. So it's got a barn on the front if you're ever looking for it anywhere. I have seen this pattern though on 123 Stitch, but just in case you had this one at home and forgot about that pattern in there, wanted to do it. It's also in that magazine, so you may could find the magazine for cheaper than you could the actual pattern. But she has a series of these trees actually. That's why, and I have them all in my stash. And I want to stitch the Halloween one next. I'm a Halloween junkie, by the way, just so you know. And there's a Christmas one, and I think maybe there's like a springy one. I can't remember now. But Barbara Anna, I love her style. She is a little quirky, just a little different. She's just different. So that's why I really enjoy her things. Definitely want to stitch more. Okay, this piece was my very first finish of the year. I do remember because I was almost finished at the end of last year. I just didn't quite get it done, so it was the very first thing I finished. And it's a Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. This is the 12 Days of Christmas. Yeah, can't see what's in there. So, all done. I stitched it at the time I started this, which was when it came out. Was that 2013 maybe? I don't know. I can't remember now. I want to say 2013. I was doing some stitch from stash because I just had a lot of stuff and I didn't have a lot of money to buy stuff anyway. So I was like, you know, just use what you got. You got plenty of things to use. Just use it, basically. So basically, just use your crap, Crystal. So that's what I did. And I pulled out this, I don't know if you can tell, but it's just something from DMC that I got on clearance, I think at Michael's or something. And it's got kind of a mottled effect. It's like a green, like a sagey green, like sagey green kind of color. I thought it would look good for this piece, but I had started this piece when it came out, and I had done like 3/4 of the border, and then I like stopped stitching on it. I don't even know why. I don't remember. So it wasn't until close to the end of last year that I picked it back up again. And I was determined to get it done before Christmas, but I mean, I really didn't. I think I had that little bit of like the quarter left at the border that I didn't finish before the finish because I had done all the inside squares. So, I don't know. You know, I mean, it's Frosted Pumpkin. It's cute. 2 turtle doves. Gosh, camera, where are you? The 3 French hens may be my favorite. 4 calling birds. 5 golden rings. It's just cute. It's a super 12 drummer drumming. I don't know, he's one of my favorites because of the rat-tat-tat. Just cute. And the only thing I did differently with this piece, if you're at all interested, I switched the colors of the inner and the outer border. And the outer was supposed to be this dark gray right here. But because I have this green fabric going on in the background, I really like this green, this darker green, I don't know if you can tell, for the border, for the outer border. And so that's really what I switched. I didn't switch much anything else. I did have to just backstitch some few things, you know, like the light bits that didn't show up on the lighter fabric. It's super cute, totally finished now. I just can't wait to do something with it for this year, for Christmas. Maybe a pillow while hanging. I don't know. I'll do something with it. Okay, this one is folded up. This was a bit cumbersome here. Another one I did for that cross stitch group that I'm not a part of, but again, no big deal. And it was for just a spring challenge. And my challenge to myself was to stitch something that I don't actually normally stitch. And so I stitched this. Oh, sorry, this thing is way too big fabric for this little thing. But it's the Gelder Rose Fairy. See, can you see her? She's so cute. And I don't know, I just don't ever really stitch stuff like this. But I'm so glad I did. She's so pretty. This I got from a magazine. I want to say it was like a World of Cross Stitching magazine that I picked up at a thrift store, and I just tore the pattern out. When I find a magazine in a thrift store, I don't keep the whole magazine unless there's a ton of patterns in there. Like usually there's just one or two. So I just tear them out and put them in a little, those little clear folder riggy things, and I put it in a binder. So I don't know I have any information on this anymore as far as what issue it came from or anything like that. I know the pattern was charted by DMC. There wasn't any other kind of name for the... And I wish I grabbed the pattern now, dang it. Because it was based on these fairies by this artist that I'm drawing a total blank over the name was. Anywho. But see right there? All that middle part of the flower? Right there? French knots. I did like a bajillion French knots. And they turned out really well. I just love her little sweet face. I think she's adorable. I was so glad that I stitched this. Kind of went out of my box and tried something new, something different. I think that's why I've been cross stitching a lot lately, is because I have been trying different kinds of patterns and things that, maybe I normally wouldn't do or whatnot. Okay, now this next one. Oh my god. Okay. I started this back when it came out. It's a Frosted Pumpkin Stitcher, I'll tell you that. It's Gingerbread Lane. Okay. And then I kind of put it down. And then I decided I was going to take it to work and stitch on it. And that's what I did almost all of last year. Okay? I worked on this thing forever. And because I only get like 30 minutes a day for lunch, so I don't have long to stitch anyway. And it being such a, kind of bigger piece, I would never see any progress hardly, and I tell you what, I get so frustrated. I didn't even want to look at this thing anymore. I really didn't. And so by the end of the year last year, I just said I just can't do this anymore. So I took it home from work and I didn't touch it till like last month. July, yes. So like 6 months I didn't touch it at all because I just didn't want to look at it. I'm so tired of looking at it and stitching on it because I feel like it really should have been finished by now. But anywho, I used this as my wine and whips for Stitch Mania. So I am in Stitch Mania as well, and this is what I used for that, was this piece. And I was really grateful for the Stitch Mania because, back it up a little bit, it allowed me to finish this piece, which really needed to be done because it was like, it needed to be done, I got to where I absolutely loathed my fabric, hated some of the threads I had chosen. I mean, I was over this piece. It had nothing to do with the pattern itself. Just over it. It took way too long. So, but it's done now. So, I do hate the fabric. I started it at the same time as the 12 Days of Christmas. I was stitching from a stash, and I had mostly light colored things. And it's a really sort of pale minty green. It's a nice little color, but it's not good for this piece. It just doesn't show up very well. So I had to change some, or some things you just don't really see. Like the little whoosh here from the snowball. See that? I mean, you don't really see it unless you're just like up on it looking at it. But you know what? I don't even care because it's done and it's done. Okay. This was another of my January challenge. It starts and finished this one pretty quickly. And it's Adventure Time. Characters. I love Adventure Time. If you have never watched Adventure Time, go right now, pause the video, go watch an episode. It's really fun. And this is by Wee Little Stitches, who are my favorite. I've been stitching Wee Little Stitches stuff for years now. They're my favorite, and I think they were the original folks that design the little character lineups. You know, you see a lot of them now. But everyone knows Clouds Factory. I much prefer Wee Little Stitches over Clouds Factory for the little character things. Personal choice, that's all. But these ones, I just have a little bit more detail. So, I'm trying to line it up here. I stitched this on a really awesome, like, I don't know, turquoise. It's a really bright turquoise. I don't know if you can see it good. Picture this plus 28 Lugana. It's very soft. I don't know if you ever bought Lugana from Picture this plus. I think the color of the fabric, I believe, was called Calypso, if I remember correctly. I love it. It's got everyone. It's got the Ice King and Gunther. It's got Marceline, who's my favorite, the vampire. Of course, Jake and Finn. Finn and Jake, whatever. Little BMO down here. Of course, the LSP, the Lumpy Space Princess. Peppermint Butler. And of course, Princess Bubblegum. Just really fun. Really fun stitch. These stitch up pretty fast, honestly. They can't have a lot of colors in them because each character will, you know, has its own colors. But it stitches up really quickly. Real simple. It's always straight stitches. Sometimes a little back stitch. This one had one French knot, you know. Very just a fun stitch. Wee Little Stitches, they have their patterns on Etsy. Wee Little Stitches. Okay, this is my last big one. This was another crazy January start, and this one I love. I love. It's called Scared Silly. And it's by Birds of a Feather. Again, they have really unique patterns as well, and I like them. This was the first one I'd stitched. I have a few more in my stash that I definitely want to work on. I've got a couple more Halloween ones, and I got a cute Santa one with like this big, huge, fat Santa. He's just too cute. I love it. But this one was really fun. I stitched this on a 28 count cast oil linen. Picture this plus, I think the color's ale. A nice, just brown. A nice brown. I think it was ale. I did use some variegated in the cat. Can't really tell it much, but. And some variegateds in the pumpkin. Jack-o'-lantern. The rest I just kind of used some DMC. I just used stuff from my stash for this one. I had this black I had left over from Halloween Town from Frosted Pumpkins. I think it was charcoal or something from Weeks That Works, maybe. Anyway, just fun. I love the little, I don't even think they're spiders. I don't know what they are. Little bugs. Wait, find one. Ah, right there. And this Jack's face is pretty great. It's got like 3 different colors that you stitch in the jack-o'-lantern's face. Just a really fun stitch, and it's stitched up quick. You know, it's like a smaller piece. So, my next ones are just smalls I've done throughout the year. After doing that gingerbread lane for a year at work, I said, ain't no way I'm taking something big to work anymore. And so I decided that I was going to do smalls. What a novel idea. Because I have like several stitched. Oh my god, right? So anyway, so that's what I've been doing. I've been doing little Christmas ornaments and little Halloween ornaments. I hope to have a Halloween tree this year. Hopefully. And so I'm excited about it. So here's a few. Again, not really in any kind of order. This is called Kringle Skull. This was in last year's Just Cross Stitch Ornament issue, 2014. I think it's a Plum Street Samplers. I really enjoyed this one. The little like stripes on the Santa, I adore that. It's too cute. I don't know. I just really like that one. Stitched it onto some linen I had. This one is a little one I did for the spring stitch along for cross stitch. It's fun. And it's a little small. It says spring. This is Trail Creek Farm, I believe, is the pattern maker. I don't think they make patterns anymore. Just a cute little small. It's just a spring. I'll finish this maybe do a little pillow or something for next spring, I suppose. Okay, now this one. Oh gosh, I meant to pull this magazine so I could remember the name of the designer. Poop. I can't remember now. But it's from last year's Halloween issue, the special Halloween issue that they do every year. Just Cross Stitch does every year. It's called Isn't It Fun to Be a Witch? And it's by, I can't remember right now. Gosh, I wish I grabbed it. You know what? I think I have it. I have it in this thing right here. Uno momento, please. One moment, please. Let's see. I have like random things in here. 2012. 13. I don't know where the 14th one is. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, isn't it fun to be a witch? No, she's here. Really cute little piece. I enjoyed this so much. I added some little buttons. You see a little star. And then the pattern called for these spider buttons, actual spiders with those stitched legs coming out of it. I was not going to buy some buttons for this. I just used some regular black buttons, just regular circle buttons. And I made my little spiders out of that. Yeah, it works. This is on just a little scrap of, I think it's 18 count Ada, like a cream kind of color. I think it actually looks pretty good on this piece. And then when I was doing this, I remembered, you know how a few months, Just Cross Stitch, they do the big Halloween magazine. And then they do their normal Halloween in their regular subscription stuff, right? Which always has a few little designs in it. Well, I remember, because I gotta have that one too. And I remember there's a little companion piece in that one for this Isn't It Fun to Be a Witch piece. So I just went ahead and did that one too. And isn't it fun to be a little witch? She's really sweet. And you fix this little shreem here. And the pattern, she was sitting on a pumpkin originally. I found this little mushroom button in my stash. I thought that would work. So that's what I used. Little mushroom. She's got the same little, you know, stitched colors, the oranges and stuff. So if you put them together, you see she is, in the back here. She is a bit smaller than the big one. So they do work really well together with the whole set. So I'll make those into ornaments for my Halloween tree, hopefully. Just really cute. This is from, see all these smalls I've been finishing? Oh gosh, I would have still been working on like the first gingerbread house. This is from Just Cross Stitch ornament issue from last year. You know, a bajillion people stitched this one last year. I had to do it. It's too cute. It was like down Jingle Pot Road or whatever, at the Victoria Stamper, I think it was. The little pickup truck with the chicken on top and the tree in the back and a little bit of snow. I mean, how can you stand the cute? I mean, can you stand it? It's too cute. The little chicken, I mean, rooster, chicken or whatever. I can't even. Too cute. So I stitched it on some scrap. Even weave. Looks like an even weave. Here's another little one from, I think this was last year's Halloween issue also. 2014. This was a Lizzie Kate. I do remember that. I'm sorry. And these are not ironed or anything yet. So this is called Double Double Toil and Trouble. the little witch. This one stitched up really fast, really quickly. I used a scrap piece of linen, and I actually took some coffee grounds and just kind of rubbed it into this and like rinsed it, and just so it looked a little grubby. You know what I mean? It worked really well, I think. You can't tell much on this video. I'm gonna probably try to find a different recording spot. I like it. Again, I'll probably do a little ornament or something with it. This one, I think this might be the last one. My lunchtime stitching. I do hashtag lunchtime stitching on Instagram. So that's what I do. I keep it at work. I have a little bag and I keep it right there at work. I don't even bring it home until I'm finished with it, and then I pick something else to stitch. So I only got a couple more, so almost finished. This is another little slow I did for the cross stitch. It's fun. Stitch along. It was a sampler stitch along. And I thought this was samplery enough. I believe this was also from 2014 issue. Halloween issue. And dang it, I did not remember the designer. I should have grabbed that book. Dang it. Sorry. Ah. Anyway, Halloween. I stitched this on some brown Ada from my stash. So again, for those little stitch alongs, I was just gonna stitch the, I was just gonna use stuff from my stash. And that worked. Little candy corn. It's too cute. Anyway, that one's done. Okay. Here's another small. I had to rob this from my son's room. This one I did. My son just turned 3 back in June, and I threw him a Curious George birthday party, themed birthday party. And I wondered, you know, I looked for something Curious George, and I couldn't find really anything but Cloud's Factory, and they had a Curious George pattern. So it's the man in a yellow hat, George, and a little banana. So the little George is too cute. Do you see that? It's a glare, I'm sure. Really cute. So now just put it, I popped it in a little frame, and it just sits in my son's room now, but it was cute. Okay, a couple more. This one was one of my starts for Stitch Maynia. What I did for Stitch Maynia was I started 15 of those little kits that you get with, you know, like your magazines. Mostly you're the British ones, like, you know, Cross Stitcher or all those things. They give you little fun little freebie kits. And I collect those things out because I usually want to stitch them. And, but I just kind of don't always get around to it. I've stitched a couple maybe. I said, what a perfect opportunity to start these things and get them going. So that's what I did. This first one, I believe, is from the World of Cross Stitching. Don't quote me though. It was just a little sachet. Don't look at my sewing right here. I really flubbed up my circle. I really need to redo this one. I just backed it with a little floral fabric. Nothing fancy. But it's done. I hang it on a doorknob now. And then looks like this might be my last one. I just finished this one the other night. It is this little pendant. And I still have the magazine on because I was working on it. So it's from this issue of Cross Stitcher. January 2015. So if you ever are looking for it at all. But the little pendant that has your name or your initials, you can do your initials on it. So I finished it. I don't really like the cording that it came with, but so I may put something else on there. But it looks cute. It does look really cute when you're, I'm going to pull it back a little bit, but it looks really cute when it's on now. You really show your level of cross stitching where you're out and about, right? Okay. I think that's it. I thank you so much for hanging in this long. I didn't really think I'd be yabbering on this long. Egats. So I hope to do some more videos. My next one I really want to be some whips. Show you what else I got working on, going on. I want to do some of the tags because I enjoy the tags a lot. I enjoy watching that. So probably like your needleworker, maybe a stash. I don't know. I try to do most as many as I can. And again, I may have to find somewhere some better lighting. I don't know. I thought this might be a good spot. We'll see how it all turns out. I think so. Is that it? I think so. So till next time, I guess. I'm gonna check out and hope you enjoyed this. And I've really enjoyed watching everyone's videos over the months, over these past several months, since, like I said, since last year sometime. And it was just like a really great group of folks that are in this Flosstube deal. So glad to be part of it. So until next time, I'll check you guys later. Bye.